It's my 36th birthday, and instead of receiving presents, I would like to gift you with 36 trading robots that I'll create in this video. Why? Just because I want to thank you for watching my videos. So what I will do, I'll go to eatradingacademy.com and I'll go to software and I will select Expert Advisor Studio. This is the strategy builder we use the most to generate and automate strategies into Expert Advisors, and you can test it for free for 15 days. So during this time you can create unlimited number of strategies and automate them as Expert Advisors, and at the same time you can generate strategies, and that's exactly what I will do in this video. I'll generate 36 Expert Advisors. I'll actually generate much more because the generator has the capability of creating hundreds of Expert Advisors, and I'll share the best 36 with you. But stay with me until the end because it is very important to know how to trade these Expert Advisors. So with the generator, AI Studio creates strategies based on the historical data of different brokers. You can also import the data from your own broker. If you go to data, there are the scripts available and you can use that to generate strategies on your historical data, or the best thing is actually to use the Expert Advisors that I will include in this video and backtest them with your broker. Now all the strategies that I'll generate, I'll see in the collection, and you can see that there are plenty that I generated in the last days. We can see every single strategy. We can see the entry and the exit rules, the stop loss, the take profit, and the balance chart. And you can see this message that says please log in to be able to export Expert Advisors for MetaTrader, and you need a license for the software only if you want to export Expert Advisors. If you want to generate, backtest, import Expert Advisors back into AI Studio, you don't need a license and you can use the software as much as you wish. So I'll be using the Black Bull Markets data, which is the broker we use the most when trading Forex pairs. They offer not just Forex but commodities, equities, indices, metals, and they have plenty of trading platforms. Usually I use the standard account if I'm trading with an amount below $2,000, and if I have a live account above $2,000, I select the ECN Prime account. And of course the broker is fully regulated, which is the most important for me. So I've asked the developers to import the Black Bull data in AI Studio, and this way I can comfortably generate Expert Advisors for the different assets that the broker offers. Now I'll start with the euro dollar and I'll stick to H1 time frame. And because I decided to gift you with 36 Expert Advisors, I will be generating Expert Advisors for 6 different currency pairs, and for each pair I will pick the top 6. Then I will go to the strategy properties, and here I will select the lowest entry lot, 0.01, but you can increase that later from the expert properties. Then I'll just enable the reverse option, so whenever there is an opposite entry signal, the trade will close and reverse. I will definitely use stop loss, and I will stick to a range between 10 and 50, and for the take profit I will select 50 to 100. This means that the generator will create strategies that have a good risk reward ratio, or the stop loss will be somewhere between 10 and 50, and the take profit will be between 50 and 100. In the generator settings, I can set the maximum entry indicators and the max exit indicators. I'll be definitely using some out of sample, which means that the Expert Advisor Studio will generate over the entire history data without the last 6 months, 8 days and 15 hours in this case. Or for the beginners, this means that we have the entire history data until the moment, right? So I want the generator to be generating until here, or let's say 90% of the data, and then for the last 10% just to simulate trading, so we can see if the strategy was over optimized or not. Now I can decide what acceptance criteria I want to have for the complete backtest. Usually I leave it by default, but I just add the profit factor, and I want to see profit factor of 1.1 at least. And for the out of sample, again, I want to have a profit factor of 1.1. Then I'll click on the generator, and the last thing I'll change is the working minutes, or this means for how long the generator will be working for the euro dollar currency pair, and I'll go for 60 minutes. Now I will clear all of the strategies that I have in the collection, and I will hit on start. You can see the speed of the Expert Advisor Studio. This is the real number of the strategies that are being calculated, but only the ones that fit my acceptance criteria will be shown into the collection. And you can see that there are already 5 strategies. If I click on the collection, you will see that the first one has some decent balance chart, and same with the second one. The third one has a huge drawdown. But after the generator is ready, I'll pick the top 6 expert advisors, and you can see that, for example, the first one had a very good performance in the out of sample. However, I noticed that this strategy had just 119 trades for the entire period, which is not enough. So I'll just stop the generator. I will delete these strategies. I'll go back to the settings or to the acceptance criteria, and I will increase the minimum count of trades to 200, just because I'm using the entire historical data for the last 5 years, and the more count of trades we have for the strategies, the more reliable back test it is. So now I'll go back to the generator, and I'll simply hit on start, and probably it will show fewer strategies in the collection, but at least I will know that these strategies had over 200 trades in the complete backtest, and I will see how they performed in the out of sample. And here is the first strategy. So you can see that that one had 235 count of trades. Obviously the balance chart is not what I want to see. Recently it is profiting really well, but I want to see a good and steady balance chart for the entire period. I'll leave now the Expert Advisor Studio. So here is a second strategy that looks better, but while this generator is running, I will start another 5 at the same time on different tabs. So I will simply click on the tab and I will duplicate it. I'll go to the generator, and instead of euro dollar, I'll select pound dollar, and I'll repeat the very same process of setting up the stop loss from 10 to 50, setting up the take profit from 50 to 100, and I will run the generator for another 60 minutes. If it's not enough, I will run it for longer until I get 6 good expert advisors or strategies for each asset, and I'll go obviously for the most traded currency pairs. Then I would export the ones that I like, and I would suggest test them first on a demo account. Do not rush with live trading because it is risky. These are 36 expert advisors that you will be able to download from the description, and you can use them as long as you wish on many accounts. There won't be any limitations, so do not rush. Test them first on a demo, and you can connect the account to FX Blue or my FX Book, see which ones are the most profitable, and trade only these expert advisors on live accounts. Let me know down below in the comments what is your performance, and if you want to get 37 expert advisors next year, just subscribe to the channel so you won't miss it. I love you guys. Thanks so much for everything. Thanks for watching, commenting, hitting the like button, and for the commitment. And if you want to learn how AI Studio works, check out this video on my side, and you will learn how to create strategies in just 2 minutes. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. You take care and trade safe.